Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my weekly check-in for the first week of May. So for the first week of May, I'm going to be checking in from May 1st through May 9th. So let's get started with the check-in. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just going to write down what I started off the week with. So starting off with gas. Gas started with 120. Groceries with 0. Restaurants with 9, spending with 50, miscellaneous with 0, and then fun with $24. Okay. Starting off with the first, I spent a total of $43 out of my spending envelope on some popcorn. It was like this, how do I say it? Like a fundraiser. That's what it was. So it was a fundraiser. So I spent a total of $43, and that came out of my spending envelope. Next, on the second, I spent $59 out of my gas envelope for gas. And that was on the second. Next, on the second, I also spent $23 out of my fun envelope. When I went to get gas, I went into the store, got energy drinks and snacks and a whole bunch of stuff, and I spent a total of $23, and that came out of my fun envelope. Next, on the second, I also spent $11 after I got off work. I stopped again to get some snacks and stuff like that, and I spent $11. 7 came out of spending and 4 came out of restaurant to make that a total of $11. So that was on the second. So 7 out of spending and then 4 out of restaurants to make it a total of 11. Next, on the third, I spent $5 out of my restaurants envelope for McDonald's. So that was 5 on the third out of restaurants. And then next, on the fourth, I spent a total of $50 out of my beauty sinking fund for a pedicure. My sister and I had been wanting to get a pedicure, and then we finally went on the 4th, and I spent $50. And then next, on the 4th, I also spent $60 out of my cart maintenance sinking fund for my oil change. So that was 60 out of cart maintenance. Next, on the 5th, I spent $90 out of my beauty sinking fund to get my nails done. So that was 90 out of beauty on the 5th. And then next, on the 5th, I also spent $5 out of my gas envelope for McDonald's. I didn't have enough money in my restaurants, or I don't think really any of my other cash envelopes, so I took it out of gas because I think I wasn't really going to use gas for the rest of the, or get gas the rest of the week, so I think that's why I took it out of that. So that was 5 for McDonald's out of gas. And then I also spent $7 that same day on some Red Bulls, and I'm just gonna write that over here on the side because I don't want to cover up the number. So this is for the 5th, and then that's all for the 5th. So really quickly, I'm just gonna write 5. Okay, so on the 6th, I had a no spend day. Next, on the 7th, I spent $16 out of my gas envelope at Sprouts. So again, same thing, like I mentioned in my previous video or my previous check-in, on Wednesdays, Sprouts has like their $5 sushi. So I got 3 different rolls because I really wanted one of my coworkers to try sushi because he had never tried sushi before. So I got 3 different rolls, spent 16 at Sprouts. And then I also went to Starbucks because it was like really nearby. So I spent $10 out of gas as well to reload my Starbucks card. So that also came out of gas, and that was 10 for Starbucks. Next, on the 8th, I spent $20 out of my cart maintenance I have a car wash subscription now. So the payment came out that day. So I don't have like I don't have it under my bill right now. I'm gonna keep it under my cart maintenance for now. But that was $20 and that came out on the 8th. So that came out of my cart maintenance sinking fund. Next, on the 8th, I spent $10 out of my toiletry sinking fund at Target. To get, I got some toiletries. I got toothbrush and something else. I don't remember what else. But that came out to $10 and that was on the 8th. And I took that out of my toiletry sinking fund. And then next on the 9th, I spent $13 out of toiletries on Amazon, and I bought these like cotton rounds. It was like a pack of 6, like the Amazon brand of cotton rounds, because I use those a lot for my skincare and stuff. So I bought that pack. That came out to $13 and I bought those on the 9th. Next, on the 9th, I also spent $23 out of my gas sinking fund, or my gas cash envelope at Safeway. I spent $23. Okay, and that is all my spending for the week. I don't know why these stickers are not staying down. Okay, so starting off with gas, I spent $59 to get gas, $7 for Red Bulls, $23 at Safeway, $10 at Starbucks, $16 at Sprouts, and then $5 at McDonald's. So that should be a total of $120. So I spent $120 out of my gas cash envelope. I should have $0 remaining. Next, I have groceries, and groceries already started off with nothing. So spent $0 remaining. Now for restaurants. For restaurants, I spent $4 and then $5 to make that a total of $9. So I spent everything out of my restaurants. So spent $9 and $0 remaining. Next, for spending, I spent $43 plus $7. So that should be $50. So I spent everything out of my spending. So spent $50, $0 remaining. Now for miscellaneous, I didn't spend anything. I didn't have anything. So $0 and $0. And then for fun, I believe I did spend some. So I spent $23 for the snacks and drinks and all that. So $23, $1 remaining, and then nothing for unbudgeted. Now let me check off any sinking funds that I spent out of. So I took the money for the oil change, I took the money out for the pedicure and for my nails, as well as the money out of toiletries and for the car wash subscription. So everything has been accounted for. Okay, so that is all for my weekly check-in for the first week of April. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching.